Senator here in our district, PennDOT Engineering District 5, which covers Berks, Carbon, Lehigh, Monroe, Northampton, and Schuylkill counties, especially for this much-needed improvements to the Route 12 corridor in Berks County. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our United States Senator, who's no stranger to District 5. He's been here several times in the recent years. He's been a big supporter of infrastructure, and we're very thankful he was a supporter of the bipartisan infrastructure law. And it's helping improve not just Route 12, but we got major projects out on Interstate 78 in Berks. Projects and lots of secondary roads, lots of paving going on, so we're happy to have that additional funding. And without further ado, United States Senator Bob Casey.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Well, Ron, thank you. Thanks for getting us started here, and I want to thank you all for being with us today to celebrate this investment in resurfacing. In this case, the resurfacing of the Warren Street bypass on State Route 12. $11,990,919. I want to be very specific in that dollar amount. Let's round it off and say it's almost $12 million coming from the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, one of the best pieces of legislation I've ever voted for, to invest in all kinds of infrastructure, roads and bridges and high-speed internet, water and sewer projects, the whole range of investments we have to make as a nation to have the kind of economic growth that we want, to enhance our own security. Without these investments, we're not going to have that. This is an opportunity that is almost literally once in a lifetime. To have the federal government make these kinds of investments in Berks County and counties all across the Commonwealth. You know, when you neglect to invest in basic infrastructure, there is a cost. There are a lot of people in Washington who have never voted for this kind of investment. In fact, a lot of them didn't vote for this bill. And that was the wrong vote, because when you don't vote for investments in infrastructure, you're not voting in the best interests of the country. There is a cost to not having roads that are resurfaced. Every driver in Pennsylvania, every single person who owns an automobile that drives on our roads across the state, that takes that vehicle on roads that are not maintained, that are not resurfaced on a regular basis, has an adverse outcome for their car. It costs hundreds of dollars per driver in terms of the maintenance costs and the repair work. And so no Pennsylvanian should have to suffer the consequences of a lack of federal investment in our roads. And the same can be said in terms of cost when you don't invest in bridge repair, when you don't invest in high-speed internet so our kids can do their homework. So when we make these investments, it's not just a nice thing to do. It is necessary. It is essential. And it's essential for economic growth. This project alone, because of the $12 million investment by the federal government, this project alone will create a hell of a lot of jobs. And that's also an important feature of what this investment means. So this is an investment in the future of Berks County, in Reading, and this entire community. And this is an investment we must make in our future. So thanks very much. And I want to also commend and salute the good work of PennDOT year in and year out. They can't do this on their own. They need federal money to do it. That's why it was the right vote to vote in favor of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. We cannot do this work without great leadership at the state level, and I'm honored to be joined today by State Senator Judy Schwank, someone I've known a long time, since her first election in 2010. I remember it well. But I appreciate what she does, standing up for the people of the 11th District, standing up for every resident that she represents, rural and urban, working on transportation projects, helping the vulnerable, all that she does to serve the people of her district. We're proud of her work, grateful for her public service, and especially grateful for her commitment to investing in our basic infrastructure, like our roads and our bridges. So, Judy, thank you for your leadership in the Senate. and thanks for being here today. I don't know if I'm supposed to introduce someone now. Ron, you're next.
I'll do it.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Senator.
Thanks, Senator.
Next, we're going to hear from our PennDOT District Executive, Chris Kufro. Chris just recently came back to our district from District 8. He was spent about 25 years in our district. He had various roles, acting district executive, assistant district executive for design, bridge engineer, numerous other roles. And he recently was in District 8, which is the Harrisburg region, as their district executive. Recently, our district executive, Mike Riebert, was asked to take a role as acting deputy secretary in Harrisburg. So Chris came back, and he's now our acting deputy secretary in District 5, and we're happy to have him back. He's a native of Schuylkill County, but today he's happy to be here in Berks to provide a few comments. Chris?
Thank you, Ron, for that nice introduction. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you to Senator Casey for his support in all these projects, and thank you to Senator Schwank for all the good work she's doing and all of her support. Fixing and maintaining Pennsylvania's roads, highways, and bridges is a top priority of the Shapiro administration. Governor Shapiro is committed to ensuring Pennsylvanians can travel across the Commonwealth safely. To do so, we need to have adequate transportation funding. We want to thank Senator Casey for recognizing the need to invest in infrastructure and supporting the bipartisan infrastructure law. As a result of his leadership, we are able to fund needed projects such as the one we're on here now, Route 12 between Route 422 and Route 183. This is just one of many projects throughout the whole region in Berks County. In 2022, the infrastructure bill provided over $50 million in additional funding to District 5 alone, the District 5 area for PennDOT. And this was allocated by the department and its local partners at the MPO, the Berks County MPO region. And that money that was dedicated to Berks County just last year was over $18 million. So we have many meaningful projects that will modernize our infrastructure while creating sustainable, good-paying jobs that will be transformative for our transportation system and our local economies. Investing in our transportation system is essential for this region's economy, and again, we want to thank the leaders like Senator Casey and Senator Schwank for the work they do in helping us support those investments. I also want to thank our contractor, J.D. Ekman, for the fine work they've been doing here on this project and the work they do for PennDOT throughout the state. So with that, I want to thank you all, and once again, very much appreciated and thankful of Senator Casey's efforts and support in helping us fund much needed projects in Pennsylvania. Thank you.
I think we're almost done before questions, but I wanted to acknowledge Representative Dean's staff. Are you co? Yeah, nice to have you here. I want to make one final point about that. Whether it was Representative Dean voting for the bill in the United States House of Representatives, Representative Houlihan, the entire Democratic delegation to the United States House of Representatives representing Pennsylvania voted yes on the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. So we want to thank her for her leadership and that of Representative Houlihan. Okay, we're all set. Oh, Judy, I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Next, we're going to invite State Senator Judy Schwank up to say a few words. Judy is a good partner with PennDOT. She lets us know when we're doing well. She also lets us know when we're not doing well, and we're very thankful for that. She keeps us on our toes between herself and her staff. Like Tom Gumbar here, he's regularly contacting us. We're very happy to have them working with us and supporting projects and such as Route 12 as well as other ones within her district. So with that, we'll have State Senator Judy Schwank say a few words. Judy?
Thank you, Ron. Good morning, everybody. Senator Casey, welcome. We're really thrilled to have you here, not just because you bring us funds, but because you always have been a good partner to Berks County, to our District 11, and we really appreciate that vote that you made. Let me be really clear. For the folks that have sat in traffic in the evening when the construction is going on, I've been there too, and I've grumbled right along with you. But understand the improvements that are going to be made to Route 12 and the Warren Street bypass will be well worth some of the inconvenience that we're facing right now. And it's important to note too that on top of these critical infrastructure funds, this allows us to get more done on all of our transportation goals. In Berks County and our MPO, we have something called the TIP, the Transportation Improvement Plan, and projects are ranked as to how they get done. And we often don't get very far through our list because we just don't have enough money to make it happen. And with this kind of funding, it's a game changer. It makes a huge difference in what we're able to get done and faster than we've ever been able to do it before. There are more things that will be coming. At the route, we're focused on Route 12 most certainly, but go down to the 183 intersection there, the exits there. There will be improvements made there. PennDOT has been doing the groundwork for that, so that will be coming soon as well. But we can't do it. We can't do it unless we have the funds that are necessary to make it happen. Things are coming together in a really good way in Pennsylvania. First of all, as a result of this infrastructure bill, along with President Biden and the folks that voted for it, like Senator Casey, we're going to be making investments over a 5-year period, not just in roads and bridges, but as the senator said, in high-speed internet, so many water quality issues. There's all kinds of things that we'll be able to do that our country needs, that our district, that our county needs. But in addition to that, in the future, we'll be able to create more jobs as a result of this as well. So it's an investment that's really, really important. Chris told us earlier that when it comes to road funding, 2/3 of it comes from the federal government, only 1/3 from us on the state level. So you can see why I'm very happy to see Senator Casey here today, and very happy that that bill was also passed. We have a new governor. We have a new Secretary of Transportation, Secretary Carroll, who was a member of the legislature himself. He gets it as well. I really look for some good things to happen in the next few years. And again, Senator Casey, it starts with the ability to get done with the resources that we need to be able to get these projects done. So really, really appreciate your help. We have always been able to count on you and hope to continue to do that as well. Thank you.
That concludes our prepared remarks. There is one other person that I just want to recognize that's here with us, is our Assistant District Executive for Construction, Mike Guyden. Mike is overseeing right now about $700 million worth of projects throughout our district. It's a big load, and he's a very busy guy, so we're thankful to have him here today. And that concludes the event. If any media needs one-on-ones with either of the senators or PennDOT staff, just seek us out, and we'll be glad to help you out. Thank you.
Hey, Ron. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
See you again.